Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Full Circle Players Artist Spotlight. I am Jeremy Mercado, and with us this month we have,
Sarah Kristen Gibbon.
and thank you for being with us today, Sarah. And just to let everyone know a little bit about why we're here at Full Circle Players, we believe in uplifting local voices and getting to know the artists in our community, honoring art as a living practice rooted in care, process, and connection. This series is our way of slowing down and listening to and learning who artists are beyond the work, where they come from, and why art continues to matter in their lives and in ours. Today we are talking to Sarah, who is the founder and executive director of the Vagabond Theater Group of Menifee and worked most recently with Full Circle Players' production of Our Ladies of Sorrow. And now that's what I have prepared, and so let's get right into it with you, Sarah, with the big one. Who are you?
Oh, who am I? That's such a deep question. First and foremost, I'm a mom, I guess. I'm a mom. I'm an artist. I'm a director. I'm an actor. I'm a lover of stories. A teller of stories. I am a wife. I'm I don't know. I'm me. That seems like such a deep questions right out the gate, and it seems so simple, but it's hard. I am many things. But I'm me. I'm Sarah.
That's I think that's a great answer. There's a philosopher who talks about that we are many parts, and to deny one of those parts is to be unfaithful to ourselves. And so it's
True.
great to hear that you have many hats, and it doesn't surprise me because you're so talented with all those hats.
Thank you very much.
Now, you talked about a couple of arts like acting and directing, but if we had to nail down what is your art?
My art. I am a maker of theater. So I produce and bring voices together to tell stories. So that's what theater is to me. So I am a theater maker.
Okay. And how did you get started in that? Was that something that started in college, or was that something that struck you at a young age?
Well, how far back do you want to go, Jeremy?
As far as you're willing to go.
My very first production that I can recall from my old brain memory is playing Paddington Bear, eating marmalade uh, in like a school skit. Like it wasn't even a play, it was like a school skit. Um, and then I didn't really revisit it again until high school is probably when it all started for me. I auditioned um, for some shows and got put on the tech side, which is totally fine because I would not be who I am without being a technical kid, a techie, as they say, first. Um, and yeah, I kind of got the bug in high school. I did it throughout. I was determined that I was going to be a drama teacher when I graduated high school. Um, and it's a very long story after that, but that's kind of where it began full-fledged.
Okay. Well, that's good. Sounds like you got bit by the bug at a young age. Um, would you say that that's when did you discover your art that you do now?
For now, okay, oh gosh. Like making theater, is that what you're like creating it
If
or just
if
being a
not,
participant?
I think either is a good answer. If not Paddington, when would you say would be the moment that clicked
That,
for you? That when
oh,
did you
the clicking
discover
moment.
your art?
My clicking moment. My clicking moment, when I really was like, this is what I want to do, was in college. I was a theater kid when I was young, but like this is it for me moment was in college. I had become a psych major because I was like the arts. You're not gonna make any money in that. Like I love psychology too. So I spent 3 years doing psychology, and one of the classes that I had to take in my psychology like undergrad was just like a general ed like writing class, and that teacher was like, "Oh, I'm a theater guy. Like we're gonna be writing, but you're gonna be writing 10-minute monologues, and you're gonna have the opportunity to perform them at our new play festival that we're doing here at the college." Um, I went to school at Cal State San Marcos, so it was a very, very tiny theater program there. And I was like, oh, this is fun. I haven't revisited like my theater life in so long. This will be exciting. And when I wrote it, it was a very meaningful and personal piece that I wrote, and was very much challenged in. And then when I got to perform it, I hit the floorboards and I started doing, I think it was in tech, and I was like, holy sharp balls. Um, th this is what I should be doing. Why have I been wasting my time in a career that probably won't make any money either because it's such an impacted major, when I could be making art and doing what I love that I forgot that I loved, and also not make any money. But that's probably when I steered course and got back on the theater train.
Wow, okay. And what was that school you said again? Where did you go to
Oh,
school?
I didn't say. I went to or maybe I did. Cal State San Marcos is where I
Cal
went.
State San Marcos. Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's exciting. Okay, all right. And let me see here. Um, you talk about it's we don't do it for the money. We're not gonna make any money at this, but we do it because we love it. But I think that art is important, and I wanted to ask you, why do you think art is important?
Funnily enough, I think this actually relates to the fact that I was a psych major for so long. I think art is an expression of like the human experience, and ultimately as like a humanist, like this, whatever your art form is, whether it's theater or painting or singing or whatever your art is, I think that it really breaks down like relatable things as a human, to to express yourself to other humans that's relatable. Sometimes it's not, I guess, for some people, but I really feel theater specifically is about human connection and telling stories that matter, and telling stories that um, create conversations to break down barriers uh, in a lot of different ways. But yeah, I think to not greatly answer your question, I think art matters because it's a human thing, and I think that in order for people to realize how much they have in common with other people, art is an important tool or mechanism or function, or whatever word you want to use, to access those relatabilities, I guess.
No, that I think that was a very good answer. And just in case it's different, why is art important to you, or do you think you spoke on that in that answer?
Um, I did a little bit. I
Yeah.
guess like going from the macro to the micro, part of the conversation, like how it affects me personally is it's an outlet for me. I It's therapy. I feel like connecting with this form of artwork is helpful for me as a human being. It grounds me. It excites me. It makes me challenge things I didn't know that I believed or not believed. I feel like as a parent, it humbles me a lot of the time as an artist and a theater maker, because we do tell stories, that I take home with me too. So, whether I'm watching it or viewing it or experiencing it or making it, I feel like it affects me on a very visceral, personal level in a lot of ways. So yeah, it's definitely it's important to me because it helps me in a lot of ways be a better person. That's how I feel about it, but maybe not for everybody.
That's okay. Um, when you talk about being a storyteller, are there any storytellers that would you say influenced you or inspired you?
Ooh, like playwrights or other artists?
Any artists you can think of,
Oh gosh.
playwrights, artists.
I oh God, I can name so many human beings. How much time do we have, Jeremy? Uh, I guess like when you first started asking me that question, my first little brain aneurysm.
Hmm.
No, my first brain moment was I fell in love with Shakespeare at a very young age. Um, and when I graduated, well, right at the end of college, I got very involved with a Shakespeare company here locally. Um, and I've always been inspired by Shakespeare's words and the experiences that I had surrounding doing Shakespeare. On a non-playwright kind of way, I've been inspired by professors, and your artistic director, Wendy, is inspiring. Um, just other theater makers that I've worked with. My mentor is Eric Ryder of Ophelia Theater Group, and he's an inspiring human being. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh gosh. Yeah, that's a very like unprepared answer for you. There's so many. It's too long of a list, but just off the top of my head, those people inspire me. I really value sometimes I think as theater makers we forget to go or we don't have time to go like watch theater, and I really enjoy watching community theater around me when I can because a lot of the time it's a very be like let go of all the like um silly criticisms that you might have as a theater maker. It's really nice to just be inspired by like other people's work around you because everybody, comes and approaches a project differently with different amounts of money and different ideas and stuff like that. And just being inspired by other artists is always nice here in the community as well.
Well, that's great. That's really cool to hear. I think it's really cool to hear that you're able to be inspired by so many wells of art just kind of spurting out, and I think that that's so cool that they can inspire you and you can inspire others as well because I think you're a very inspiring person. It's so cool to hear you started a theater company as well. You were the
Yes.
founder?
Yes. I think many people during the pandemic had lots of time to sit and think about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And I had realized that I had spent a long time, going, oh, I bet I could start my own theater company. I bet I could start my own. And the pandemic really like made me like sit and go, like, could I? Could I really do that? And then I kind of had a not so great experience going back into theater right out when everything opened back up again. I think a lot of artists were like, jump into every project, and I definitely jumped in like hands and feet and body in the deep end, and the experience that I had there. Um, wasn't great, and I was like, man, I really think I could do this on my own. And then I lost my father-in-law in 2021, which was really devastating. And it was one of those other moments where you kind of wake up and go, wow, life is really short. Life is really, really short, and you never know what's going to happen and how long you have on this earth. And I was like, the time is now. The time is now. So I gathered some trusted friends and approached them with this idea of Vagabond Menifee. It had many iterations and different names, but it was always at its core Vagabond because I knew that I couldn't afford a venue because who can? And I was like, no, it's going to be Vagabond for a reason because we don't have anywhere to be. But that doesn't mean we can't make art in any way we can. And yeah, we just did all the annoying paperwork for like 2 years and then finally hit the ground running in 2024 with our first production. Um, and I haven't stopped. I mean, I've taken little breaks because it's a lot and it's expensive and it's very, very hard and challenging, but very much rewarding at the same time. And yeah, that's Vagabond Theater Menifee from the grassroots all the way to now.
All right. Well, that kind of leads into one of our questions, which is where can we find your art?
Ooh, Vagabond Menifee. Vagabond, as it says we don't really have a home, but Menifee implies that our art is being made in Menifee, California. If you don't know where that is, it is south of Riverside and north of Temecula, off the 215. Um, Currently, we are at a community center for this year in Sun City, which is kind of like a subsect of Menifee. Um, it is, I'm not going to give you an address, but it's called the UCC in Menifee, and that's where we're going to have our production of Ernest, or The Importance of Being Earnest, in May, and we're hoping to return there in September.
Okay, well, exciting. Well, then, leading into that, then again, what are you working on next?
Ooh, well, I kind of said it. We're working on The Importance of Being Earnest, so we loved, I think a lot of people love this play. The Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde is a classic. But we're really looking to modernize it a little bit. And by that, I mean not changing too much about the dialogue because the dialogue is classic and funny the way it is, but modernizing it by bringing it to the now with costuming and different things. And that is happening in May. And if you visit our website, tickets will be available soon.
All right. Well, excellent. Well, I think that is all today. I would like to, before we go, give you a chance to shout out all your socials, all your websites, anyone you want to shout out right now. That's
Yeah.
this is your time.
Um, Hashtag, do the
I,
kids even use that anymore?
I think
Hashtag
so.
Vagabond Menifee. You can find us at www.vagabondmenifee.org. You can also find us on Facebook at Vagabond Menifee and on Instagram at Vagabond Menifee. They're all the same. It's VAGABONDMENIFEE. And we are on all the other socials. I just don't have enough me to produce stuff on all those socials. But you can find us on TikTok with no content and Snapchat and Twitter. Oh, it's not Twitter anymore. Whatever that one thing is.
Yeah, whatever that is.
All of the things, if you just do at Vagabond Menifee, you will find us.
All right. That's great. Well, thank you, Sarah, for sitting down with us today and giving us this time. And I want to thank Full Circle Players for letting us do this. And I want to thank everyone for watching. And I want to invite you to join us again next time to get inspired. Oh, and before I go, remember, theater for all. Thank you, everyone.